Hello and welcome, my Cumberbatch children. How you doing today? It's Chris here, and today we got to talk about the Wizard Monkey and the new 5th tier upgrade for this guy. So Bloons Startup at 6 has a huge freaking new update. They're overhauling pretty much everything, and one of the things they said is that the 5th tier bottom path wizard over here freaking blue major baloney packs, okay? So they wanted to rework him. They reworked him and they made him into this, I forget what the old one is called, the Necromancer Unpopped Army Supreme or something weird. Instead of that, now we have the Prince of Darkness, which just sounds freaking cool if I have to say so myself. We can see the price seems to have gone down, I think, a little bit, and he gets a huge buff to his pop and power. So let's check out the 4th tier and just sort of compare really quick. So if we send out some rainbow balloons against ourselves, so also I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I'm also on my phone right now. My iPad, for some reason, is not getting updated with the Bloons TD 6 update, which is really freaking upsetting. So you guys are going to have to deal with this for now. I'm going to have to deal with it too, because I don't like recording on my phone. I like recording on my iPad. Just my fingers, man, they're too big and meaty over here for little tiny phones like this. But you can see, the unpopped army is pretty freaking solid. You know, we don't have unlimited popping power or anything like that. But the more balloons we pop, the more unpopped armor we get, and the stronger we get, and the more balloons we can pop. Alright, sweet. He's pretty expensive for what we're getting over here. I think he's something like $4 grand or something like that. What is he? He's $3,000 on easy. So once we get to medium and hard and everything, he gets pretty freaking pricey over here. But once you get to the Prince of Darkness, he's still going to look the same as before, so you might be thinking, oh crap, Chris, you're just clickbaiting us. There's no new tower over here. You'd be wrong, my friends, you'd be wrong. There is a new 5th tier. He's completely reworked. The way he used to work, by the way, he used to have a soul bind ability. And what he would do is if you had another tower on the screen, and you had him up to a decent level over here, you could soul bind him. And instead of losing lives when balloons went through, you would sacrifice that tower, and you'd be able to stay alive. It actually sucked, because the amount of lives that you get was just absolutely horrible for the amount of sacrifices that you had to put in. So this guy just did not work at all. He was just not a good tower to use in the game, and like there was almost no situations where you would actually use him. So without further ado, my friends, let's show you guys the wizard, what's he called? Prince of Darkness. So let's try some rainbows real quick, kind of see what he's doing over here. So first of all, look at his attack, man. Oh, whoa, what is this? We've got MOAB Bloons coming out here, man, what? And these things are annihilating the rainbows. This just looks freaking sweet, dude. Holy crap, and not only does he have this rainbow, oh my god, okay, so lots of things to talk about here, guys. Number one, let's talk about his regular attack. His regular attack is super speed. I actually don't know how much damage it does. It's very difficult to tell while all these other random unpopped army balloons are coming through right here. So I'm not even sure if I could actually science this and test out how many balloons it pops, but I do know that it shoots a lot faster. We can test this out against a MOAB Class balloon really quick and actually see him go to town. You know, we can compare that to just a regular, whatever, 4th tier or something like that. You can see the attacks. Drastic difference. I mean, probably 5 times as fast or something like that. One thing you're noticing is if we don't pop the balloons, we don't get any unpopped army. We've got to be able to do damage to the balloons and actually do something to these guys to get the unpopped army coming around. So that's definitely something you have to keep in mind with this guy. If you're just shooting random attacks, not doing any real damage, not actually killing anything, well, you're not going to get much unpopped army on your team right here. But, let me reset this guy and kind of start. Unpopped army. So against the balloons, you can tell that we are pretty decent. You know, we've got a stronger attack now. You know, the more balloons we pop, the more unpopped armor we get, whether it's regular balloons or MOAB Class balloons or whatever. We don't have infinite popping power by any means. You know, the MOABs, if you notice, some of the MOABs go like pretty darn far, but not all the way through. And then if you pop enough balloons over here, baby, we get BFB balloons coming out. What? Holy crap! So what I want to do, man, is I actually want to test this out. I want to see if we can get Zoma Gods or anything stronger. I don't think we can, but we should test it out. So here we go. We're going to go, let's do 25 rainbows at a time here. And we're going to just keep on shoving some rainbows down this thing's throat. Let's see if we can get anything stronger, man. It looks like the BFBs might be the strongest thing we can get. So you can definitely see, not infinite popping power or anything like that, but the amount of popping power we're getting out of a single BFB popping out right here is pretty freaking solid. This guy works in a similar way to the Druid. Basically, the more balloons on the screen, the more balloons we're popping, the more anti-balloon popping power that we have for our team. So, what do we think about this guy overall? Well, keep in mind you can combine him with two other upgrades over here. We can either get the Guided Magic and Arcane Blast, or we can get the Fireball and the Wall of Fire. Honestly, I don't really know which one's going to be better for you to get. Usually I would go with the Wall of Fire, but I have heard that they have nerfed the Wall of Fire, so it doesn't do infinite popping power anymore. I don't know how much it actually does, but not infinite popping power can be a little bit sad. You can see if we don't pop any balloons, we sort of slowly dissipate the BFB. The BFBs dissipate, the MOABs start to be a little less effective over here. And I don't know. It's weird on sandbox mode. I actually don't know if it'll eventually go down to 0 because like no balloons are coming out right now. But if I did pop fewer and fewer balloons, I think he would slowly go down to 0. Or when the round ends, it might reset or something like that. So, all right. Overall, what do we think about this guy? Is he going to be a usable tower in the game? I would say abso-frickin-fruitly, guys. I could definitely see myself putting this guy on my team. I would probably put him somewhere near the front of the map. Somewhere where I can make sure that I'm actually doing a decent amount of popping power. Using him for cleanup or something like that is probably not what you want to do. You want to put him in the front so you can get more balloons popped, so you can get more unpopped army, so you can pop even more balloons, baby. That's the way to frickin' do it. It's not really like exponential growth or squared growth or whatever you guys were calling it, but it's similar, man. The more pops you get, the more you can get, which causes you to get more, which causes you to get more. Awesome. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you press that like button for me, please, please, please. I really do appreciate when you guys do that for me. If you haven't subscribed yet, man, I'd really, really appreciate that. Oh, last thing, man, just talking about MOAB popping power right here. We actually do have a pretty decent amount of MOAB popping power. It's not an amazing amount, but it's definitely a decent amount. You can see against 25 MOABs coming out right here, we're going to pop most of these guys down into ceramic balloons. Once we do like BFBs or something like that, not quite as powerful. The BFBs are just too strong for us. We can still do damage to them and everything, but we're not going to be able to actually kill them at all. Keep in mind that I am sending out 25 BFBs, which is not something that we normally send out against these things. We don't normally have to fight 25 BFBs on any real level over here. It would actually be better if I sent out slow, sort of dripping MOABs over here, or dripping BFBs onto the screen. But after all is said and done, it looks like we are going to get very close to popping these guys, but not fully popping these things, which definitely makes sense over here for the amount of money that we spent on this guy. He's just, oh, there we go, we do pop some of them. Okay, sweet, I like it. Yeah, it's just a solid freaking tower. Very fair for what we're getting. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you press that like button for me, subscribe if you want to, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.